From the noise of concerts to the calm of blueprints, Sanket has always built with rhythm. An architect who shaped dream spaces across Dubai, led multi-million dollar projects, and twice guided early birds as president. At home, he cheers for his wife Chitra, a doctor turned administrator, and their two sons, one an engineering student and another a budding artist but still in school. He designs with precision, lives with passion, and leads with the same effortless rhythm he brings to every early bird's Thursday morning meetings. I'm Dr. Sijo Mathews, and this is the story of Sanket Gidh, a rock star who traded stages for skylines yet never lost his passion. Sanket, welcome back to your show.
Thank you very much. I'm again honored to be here.
From Palm Jumeirah to Dubai Hills, which project felt like your best solo performance? The one that made you think, okay, this one deserves an encore.
To be honest, all the projects we've done, I wouldn't call them as solo performances because there was a huge team involved in everything that we've done. But definitely the one that stands out for me is when we did the Abu Dhabi airport. We did the VIP lounge for the Abu Dhabi airport, the new Abu Dhabi airport, which is now called the MTB, the Midfield Terminal Complex. So that was a huge challenge because it was done in the middle of COVID. So we were traveling up and down with 150 workers on site, and if one of them coughed, the site was shut for a week. So that was the biggest challenge that I've ever faced.
These days, AI sketches faster than humans can blink. Is it changing the creative world for better or for chaos, collaboration or competition?
Well, I honestly believe that the world needs change. It's natural that every change is, received with resistance. So in the olden days, AutoCAD was introduced to architecture, and people, the old school people, still couldn't come to terms with it. But now it's a way of life. So the same thing with AI. I think it's just at its infancy. There is a lot that can be done, but the sooner that the creative minds embrace it, the more you can make use of it, because it's something that needs to be learned, developed, and definitely incorporated into everyday architecture, because it's a great tool to have, no doubt about it.
So, adapt the technology.
Definitely adapt the technology, because it'll only make you a better architect. I mean, AI can never replace a human being, because the one thing that humans have that AI can never have is emotion. You cannot understand the emotion of a person trying to describe the space he or she wants. Once AI gets to terms with that, that'll be a life changer.
Leading multi-million dollar projects and the early birds twice as president. Which was tougher, managing contracts or managing members?
Wow, definitely managing members. Because managing contracts, well, at least you have a tangible goal in front of you. But managing members and their expectations and their emotions, that's an intangible thing. And I hope we did a good job, but there is no right or wrong to it. So definitely much harder.
Now that I'm steering the early birds, any tips on keeping this flock in formation without losing my feathers?
The biggest tip that I can give you, listen to everyone, but make your own decision, because finally they're going to look up to that no matter what anyone says.
Back to architecture, balancing creativity and deadlines isn't easy. How do you keep the artist and the project manager in harmony without it turning into a what we used to call in Navy a full-blown mutiny?
I think you have to draw the line somewhere, because it's very easy for the lines to get blurred. Work, you carry it home, and then, it just doesn't work. But at the end of the day, you have to learn to switch off and switch on. Unfortunately, I'm saying that right now, but it's easier said than done. You generally do tend to carry the work home, and creativity is something that you can't stop thinking about. It's, a project design or any kind of detail, it's always playing in the back of your mind, and you never know when you have that eureka moment. So you're always thinking about it.
So how do you manage workers?
Well, dealing with workers is the most difficult part of it, because everybody comes looking up to you for answers, and sometimes you don't always have them. So I think the easiest way to do it is, answer what you can and be honest about things. You don't always have the answers to their questions.
The right answers.
Yes, and always try and understand why they're asking you what they're asking you. If you can look at the problem from their point of view, 9 times out of 10, you will find a solution.
Having mentored plenty of young professionals, what's that one lesson you wish someone had shared with you back when drafting boards were still a thing?
I think the one piece of advice that I would like to give my younger self was keep your ego at the door. There is no place for ego because you graduate out of college thinking you know everything, but you actually know nothing. You'll have to accept the fact that you are constantly growing. You have to absorb like a sponge. The sooner you accept that, the easier the journey is. And don't be afraid to ask questions. That's the biggest advice that I can give anyone.
Stay open to learning.
Absolutely. And don't be afraid to say that you don't know the answer rather than making a mistake and then repenting it later.
People know you for your sense of humor and calmness. Does that vibe carry into your workspace too, or is it a beautiful mess that somehow still works?
I think it's a big mess, not a beautiful mess. But at the end of the day, yes, you have to keep calm if you want the best results. And the only way to do that is you have to find humor in things because otherwise you'll get too worked up, you get too emotional, and you always land up making the wrong decision. But yeah, you have to find a balance.
BNI runs in the philosophy of giver's gain. And after 4 years with early birds, you have lived that every week. Was there a moment or maybe a deal that made you think, yep, this is exactly, I'm part of this crazy, brilliant family, and why this nest feels like home?
My first deal that I got in BNI as an architect was exactly a year after I had joined. I was giving my feature presentation, and a visitor in the room came up to me and spoke to me and liked the presentation and gave me my first project. And that person is now a member in another chapter. But that then I realized this is what it's all about: selflessly giving, connecting people without any expectations. And I think that's the whole philosophy, and that's what we live by every day.
So you will get it back.
I've got it back. Now it's time for me to give back some more.
We're waiting for it. Finally, BNI for me is.
I would say for BNI for me is now a way of life. It's something that you learn to adapt to, live with, and then slowly becomes a way of thinking. And I can't believe that I did not know about this place or did not encourage this kind of a thought process earlier. I wish I had. Today we would have been in a different place. So for me, definitely BNI is something that has now slowly become a part of life.
From rock bands to building brands, from sound checks to site checks, and from raising walls to raising engineers, Sanket reminds us that creativity isn't just what you do, it's who you are. I'm Dr. Sijo Mathews, and this was Stories from the Nest, Voice of Early Birds. Real journeys, real connections, real business. Until next time, we'll keep soaring high and keep building stories that matter. Thank you very much.